Our next speaker is Isabel Park, a project assistant at Sidley Austin LLP.
So, as part of the panel on law, religion, and culture, I wanted to raise a discussion about how the pandemic will have left a permanent mark on our worldviews, which requires acknowledging that the coronavirus pandemic is not only a medical crisis, but also a moral and a spiritual one. And so I think it's important first to establish this concept of worldview. And this worldview it's a philosophical and cognitive framework that orients not only the universe, but also our relation to it. And so our worldviews can be rooted in theological doctrine, as well as in scientific theories, values, emotions, and our experiences. And so our current situation with the pandemic forces us to confront and to synthesize ideas that typically don't go together in our normal, ordinary lives, like mind and body and life and death, for example. And the underlying tension that a lot of us struggle with of balancing logic and reason with our emotions and experiences has become a lot more prominent in the face of crisis. So I think it makes sense that we feel the need to alter our worldviews, at least partly because a disturbed and incohesive worldview is highly unsatisfying, particularly when our worldviews prior to the pandemic felt so stable and comprehensive. What I think is happening to many of us in unique ways is that we're rethinking how well our worldviews can accommodate the new realities of our pandemic ridden lives. And this can affect both religious and non religious people in different ways. So, for example, Christians might struggle with understanding, how a supposedly perfect God could allow suffering and pain, and how such a God could at the same time have an ultimately good purpose. On the flip side, for non religious people, religion might appear to provide more accessible and emotionally comforting answers than medicine and science might. And so, the upshot of the coronavirus's impact on our worldviews is that the Christian church has a greater potential to provide a spiritual framework to people that might be unusually open minded to such considerations in light of the pandemic. And an important part of this consideration, and an important part of this is considering how remote religious services highlight the definition and essence of church, and what this might reveal about the church's role and how it should fulfill that role in our current situation and beyond. Thank you.